Three thieves think they found the perfect crime, robbing a wealthy, helpless blind man. It was supposed to be easy money, but they made a fatal mistake. They didn't realize that in the dark, he is the predator, and they are the prey. Trapped inside with a killer who can hear their every move, the only way to survive is to hold your breath. This is the story of Don't Breathe. The movie opens with a disturbing scene. An old man is dragging a young woman by her hair through a deserted street. The entire neighborhood looks abandoned and empty. This frightening scene flashes by quickly, and then the movie goes back in time to show us how everything started. We meet three young people who break into houses and steal things. There is Rocky, a young woman who desperately needs money. There is Money, her tough boyfriend who leads their small criminal crew. And there is Alex, a nervous young man who is more careful than the others. The three of them arrive at a fancy house. Alex uses a key to unlock the door and quickly stops the alarm system before it can make noise. As they enter, Alex reminds the others about their rules: never take cash and only steal items worth less than $10,000. They move through the house quickly, taking valuable items. Before they leave, Alex turns the alarm back on. Then they break the front window, which makes the alarm start screaming as they run away. This makes it look like someone broke in through the window. Later, the three friends are driving in their car, smoking marijuana and talking. Alex mentions that one of their friends is leaving Detroit. Money and Rocky do not seem surprised. They say everyone leaves Detroit eventually. Rocky tells Alex that she and Money are planning to move to California after their next robbery. She invites Alex to come with them, but he says he cannot leave because he needs to stay with his father. They drop Alex at his house. He goes inside and walks straight to his father's study. He opens a drawer and quietly returns the key they used for the robbery. We learn that Alex's father works for a home security company, which is how Alex gets keys and alarm codes. Money goes to sell the stolen items to a fence, a man who buys stolen goods. Money is disappointed because he does not get much money. He argues with the fence, complaining about the low price. The fence tells Money that if he wants real money, he should steal actual cash instead of items. Then, the fence gives Money information about a potential job that could pay well. Money meets with Rocky and Alex to tell them about this new opportunity. He explains that there is a house owned by an old military veteran who lives completely alone. The house is in an abandoned part of Detroit where almost nobody lives anymore. The area is nearly empty. Alex and Rocky are not immediately interested, so Money explains why this robbery would be worth it. Money tells them that the veteran's daughter was killed in a car accident. A rich young woman was driving the car that hit her daughter. The rich girl's wealthy family paid the veteran a huge settlement to avoid a lawsuit. The veteran Money believes he received at least $300,000, and he thinks all this cash is hidden somewhere in the house. Rocky likes this idea right away because she desperately needs money. But Alex is very worried. He explains that stealing such a large amount of cash is a much more serious crime than what they usually do. If they get caught, they could go to prison for many years. He is also worried about what will happen to his father's security company if anyone finds out he helped with such a big robbery. Alex gets upset and walks away from the conversation. Later that day, Rocky sends Alex a text message. She begs him to help with this job. She says she needs the money to get someone out of a bad situation. The movie shows us Rocky at home with her little sister, her mother, and her mother's new boyfriend. Her mother and the boyfriend are terrible people who treat both girls badly. Rocky talks to her little sister and asks her if she wants to go to California. We understand now that Rocky wants to rescue her sister from this awful family. This is why she needs the money so desperately. Alex does research about the veteran online. He thinks about Rocky's situation and finally decides to help her. The three of them drive to the neighborhood to watch the house and plan their robbery. Money gets out to look around while Alex and Rocky wait in the car. While they are alone, Rocky shares a story from her childhood with Alex. Alex tells Rocky that he will come to California with them after they finish this job. He cares about Rocky very much. Money returns to the car and confirms what they already knew about the house. Suddenly, a large Rottweiler dog jumps at Rocky's window, barking aggressively. An old man calls for the dog, and Money points out that this is the veteran they plan to rob. They watch him and realize something important. The man is completely blind. He cannot see anything. They have a discussion about whether it is wrong to rob a blind person, but they decide to continue with their plan anyway. That night, they return to the neighborhood. All the lights in the veteran's house are off. First, they need to deal with the dangerous dog. They feed it meat which contains sleeping drugs. The dog eats the meat and soon falls asleep. They approach the front door, but when Alex tries his copied keys, they do not work. The veteran must have changed his locks. They walk around the house looking for another way in. They can't find a side door, but they discover a small window. Only Rocky is small enough to fit through this window. She climbs inside carefully. Alex passes her a remote control device, and she uses it to turn off the alarm system. Inside the house, Rocky sees framed photographs of the veteran's dead daughter on the fireplace mantel. Rocky goes to the front door and lets Alex and Money inside. The three of them begin searching the house for the safe where they believe the money is hidden. Rocky searches through closets. Money goes upstairs to the veteran's bedroom. He finds the old man sleeping with a video playing on the television. The video shows his daughter when she was a little girl. Money watches as the veteran wakes up briefly and turns off the television. Money quickly releases chloroform gas to keep him asleep, then returns downstairs. The three burglars find a door with a heavy bolt lock. They think the money must be behind this door. Money pulls out a gun, which shocks Alex. Alex did not know Money brought a weapon. Money uses the gun to blast the bolt off the door, making a very loud noise. Alex is frightened because having a gun makes everything much more dangerous and serious. He decides he wants to leave. He grabs his shoes from where they left them and starts to walk out. Money and Rocky open the bolted door. Suddenly, the veteran appears, asking who is there. The chloroform didn't keep him asleep. The loud gunshot woke him up. Rocky and Money stay completely silent, but the veteran hears Money breathing. He starts following Money's voice. Money tries to lie to him and then tries to reason with him, but nothing works. Money fires his gun once to scare the old man, hoping he will back away. Alex hears the gunshot from outside and becomes very worried. Inside the house, the veteran is not scared at all. He moves towards Money with surprising speed and confidence. He grabs the gun right out of Money's hands. Then he shoots Money in the head. Money dies instantly. The veteran does not know that Rocky is also in the house, watching this happen from her hiding place in the closet. She is absolutely terrified. Alex hears the gunshot and runs back into the house to help. He almost runs directly into the veteran, but manages to dodge him at the last second. He watches as the veteran moves quickly through his house, adding extra locks to all the doors and windows. The veteran is trapping them inside. Alex hides in the bathroom and sends text messages to Rocky. She tells him she is hiding in the closet. Before Alex can reach Rocky, the veteran enters the closet where she is hiding. Rocky watches in silence as he removes a part of the drywall, revealing a hidden safe. She can see clearly as he enters the combination code. He opens the safe and checks that all his money is still there. Satisfied, he closes the safe and walks away. He still does not know that Rocky is in the closet watching everything. Alex finally reaches the closet. He suggests they should call the police immediately. Rocky disagrees strongly. She has seen the combination code. She opens the safe and takes all the money. Alex is shocked that she still wants to steal the money after everything that has happened. He thinks there must be $1 million in the safe. They decide to escape through the bolted door, thinking it leads to the basement and then to an exit. Before they can go through the door, the veteran appears. He begins dragging Money's dead body to another part of the house. After a tense moment, he continues what he is doing. This gives Rocky and Alex enough time to run through the door into the basement. At this point, the veteran still does not know they're in the house, but moments later, he finds their shoes by the door. He checks the safe and finds that the money is gone. Now he knows someone is still in his house. Rocky and Alex are exploring the basement when they find something shocking. There is a woman tied up with military ropes. She has tape over her mouth. The moment she moves, a bell attached to her rings and alerts the veteran. The woman makes muffled sounds through the tape. The woman tells them that she is the person who accidentally ran over the veteran's daughter in the car accident. After the settlement, the veteran kidnapped her and has been holding her prisoner in his basement. Rocky decides to help this woman no matter what she did. They try to escape through a basement hatch that leads outside, but the veteran is waiting for them. He starts shooting his gun. One of his bullets kills the woman who killed the veteran's daughter. As Rocky and Alex run through the basement, the veteran is calling out, saying his baby is dead. He is holding the woman's body. Then he starts chasing Rocky and Alex through the large basement. The veteran goes to the electrical box and shuts off all the power. The entire house becomes completely black. Now Rocky and Alex cannot see anything, just like the veteran. They are in his world now. He almost catches Alex and starts strangling him, but Alex manages to escape with Rocky's help. They get out of the basement, but now they face a new problem. The Rottweiler dog has woken up from the sleeping medicine. The dog is awake and very angry. It chases them up to the second floor and corners them in a room. The windows in this room have bars on them. There seems to be no way to escape. The veteran catches up to them and stands outside the room with his dog and his gun. Rocky and Alex desperately search for an escape route. Rocky spots an air vent on the wall. Alex tells her to crawl through the vent while he keeps the door blocked. As Rocky enters the vent, the veteran and the dog break through the door and attack Alex violently. During the fight, Alex falls through the window. He crashes through a skylight window and lands on a lower level. The dog follows Rocky into the ventilation shaft, tracking her by smell.
Rocky crawls through the narrow metal ducts with the dog chasing behind her. To escape the dog, she jumps down into a vertical shaft. The veteran realizes where Alex landed. He shoots the skylight window and Alex falls down to the first floor. Alex gets up and tries to run again, but the veteran chases him. They end up in a room where the veteran keeps his gardening tools. This is also where he has hidden Money's body. The veteran beats Alex unconscious and then stabs him repeatedly with giant gardening scissors. Alex appears to be dead. Rocky wakes up in the ventilation shaft. She is hurt and in pain from her fall. She starts crawling through the vents again and finds two openings. One opening leads down into the house and the other leads outside. Rocky tries to break through the bars at the outside opening, but the veteran reaches through the other opening and grabs her. Everything goes black. Rocky wakes up in the basement. She is tied to a chair with the same military ropes that held the other woman. The veteran is standing near her. Rocky begs him to let her go. She promises she will not tell anyone about the woman he kept prisoner. But the veteran explains something horrifying. He says he was not torturing the woman as punishment. He had a different reason for keeping her captive. The veteran explains his insane logic. He says that since the woman took his child away from him, it was only fair that she should give him a child in return. He had been holding her prisoner because he had gotten her pregnant with his baby. She was supposed to give birth to replace his dead daughter. But now that woman is dead, and the veteran has decided that Rocky is responsible. Since Rocky is to blame for the woman's death, Rocky must take her place. She must have his baby instead. Meanwhile, Alex wakes up. He is not dead after all. The veteran had actually stabbed Money's body, not Alex. Alex was just unconscious from the beating. He gets up quietly and tricks the dog into the room with the gardening tools. He locks the dog inside so it cannot attack him. Then he goes to the front door and unlocks it. Back in the basement, the veteran is heating something in a container. He tells Rocky that she must bear his child to replace the woman, but he says he is not a rapist, so he will not force himself on her physically. Instead, he will force only his sperm into her. Rocky realizes with horror that he has been heating up his own sperm so he can artificially inseminate her with a device. Just as the veteran is about to inject Rocky, Alex bursts into the basement at exactly the right moment. He fights the veteran and manages to chain him up with the same chains that held the woman prisoner. Rocky is freed from the ropes. She is so angry that she kicks the veteran and beats him while he's chained. Alex tells Rocky that calling the police is now impossible. They have been involved in too much and the police would arrest them too. He says they should just leave the veteran chained up in the basement and escape. Rocky agrees. The two of them grab the bag of money and leave the basement. They walk to the front door together. The moment Alex opens the front door, he is shot. The veteran has broken free from his chains. He shoots Alex and Alex falls. It is already daylight outside. The sun has come up. Rocky screams and starts running away from the house as fast as she can. The veteran sends his Rottweiler after her. The dog chases Rocky through the abandoned neighborhood. She runs towards Money's car, which is parked down the street. As she reaches the car, the dog catches up to her. In the struggle, Rocky drops the bag of money outside the car. She gets inside the car but then realizes she doesn't have the key to start it. She can't drive away. Rocky uses clever thinking to trap the dog inside the car. She gets out of the car and grabs the bag of money. But immediately the veteran grabs her from behind. He starts pulling her by her hair, dragging her back toward his house. This is the scene from the very beginning of the movie. Now we understand what was happening. When they get near the house, Rocky remembers something. She still has the remote control for the alarm system. She activates it and the alarm starts making a very loud noise. The veteran is completely disoriented by the sound because his hearing is so sensitive. He uses this moment to push him hard. He falls down the basement stairs. Rocky thinks he is dead. Rocky grabs the money and runs away as police cars start arriving at the house. Neighbors must have heard all the noise and called the police. The final scene shows Rocky sitting in an airport bar with her little sister Diddy. She is watching the news on the television. The news anchor is talking about what happened at the veteran's house. Rocky learns that the veteran survived the fall down the basement stairs. He is alive. But the news report says that only 2 people broke into his house and the veteran had to defend himself. The report mentions Money and Alex, but says nothing about Rocky. He has not told the police about her. He has also not mentioned any money is missing. He has not said anything about the woman he kept prisoner in his basement. Rocky realizes that the veteran is protecting his dark secrets by leaving her out of his story. If he mentioned a third burglar or the missing money, the police would investigate more carefully. They would search his basement thoroughly and discover what he was really doing there. Rocky is free. She has the $300,000. She and her little sister can now go to California and start a new life, far away from their terrible mother. Rocky's dream has come true, but it came at a terrible cost. Money is dead, Alex is dead. He died trying to save her. The movie ends with an unsettling feeling. Rocky has escaped, but the veteran is still alive. He knows she took his money. The ending leaves us uncertain and afraid, wondering if Rocky will ever really be safe from the blind man. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more refreshing movie recaps. Thank you for watching.